What happens when the driver who hits you has no insurance or not enough insurance? If you don't take the right steps, you could end up paying out of your own pocket. In this video, I'll break down how uninsured and underinsured motorist claims work here in Iowa, what your rights are, and how to protect yourself from serious money problems. Hi, I'm attorney Tim Semmelroth of RSH Legal. For the past 27 years, my firm and I have been helping Iowans fight for the money that they deserve. If you or someone you know has been injured and wants a free meeting with an attorney they can trust to fight for your case, give me a call at 319-895-1847. If you're hurt in a car crash and the other driver doesn't have enough insurance or has no insurance at all, you may have to do something that most Iowans never expect. You might have to sue your own auto insurance company. Even though someone else caused the crash, the only way to get a fair payment might be to take legal action against your own insurer. Sounds backward, doesn't it? Let me explain why this happens and what you need to do to protect yourself. There are two silent threats that can destroy your right to a fair settlement. The at-fault driver has no insurance, or the at-fault driver doesn't have enough insurance. Both of these can leave you stuck paying out of pocket unless you understand your rights under Iowa law. Let's start with what happens if the other driver has no insurance. Sure, you can sue the other driver, but here's the truth. If they don't carry auto insurance, they probably don't have enough money to pay you anyway. So even if you win in court, you're unlikely to collect. That's where uninsured motorist coverage, often called coverage, comes in. If you have coverage, your own insurance steps in to pay for things like medical bills, lost income, and pain and suffering. But don't expect your own insurance company to just write you a check. They don't like paying large claims, even to their own customers. In fact, many people end up having to sue their own insurer just to get these benefits that they've already paid for. Now let's turn to the situation where the other driver has some insurance, but not enough. In Iowa, the legal minimum for liability insurance is $20,000 per person. One trip to the ER could eat that up. Add physical therapy time, time off work, or a permanent injury, and that's not nearly enough. That's why underinsured motorist coverage exists, often referred to as coverage. If the other driver's insurance doesn't fully cover your injuries, your coverage can make up the difference, up to your own policy's limits. But again, that doesn't mean that your insurance company will be fair. They may lowball you, delay your claim, or argue with you about your injuries. Sometimes the only way to get what you deserve is to take legal action. Which leads us to a question that many people ask me. Why would you ever need to sue your own insurance company? It's a fair question. After all, you pay them. You've never missed a payment. You've done everything by the book. So why would you ever need to take legal action against your own auto insurer? Here's the truth that most people find out too late. Your insurance company stops acting like your insurance company the moment it becomes clear that they're going to have to write you a large check. Even though they advertise as being on your side, their goal, like the other driver's insurance company, is to pay out as little as possible. In fact, they'll use the same tricks, like asking for recorded statements that can be twisted later, pressuring you to sign broad medical releases, delaying responses, making your injuries sound less serious, and offering fast, lowball settlements to close out the claim before you understand the full value of your case. That's why you need to keep your guard up, even when dealing with your own insurance company. Many people let their guard down when they hear from someone at their company. They assume it's a friendly call, but make no mistake, once it's clear that your uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage may apply, the adjuster that you're speaking with is no longer working to protect you. They're protecting the company's bottom line. This is one of the biggest reasons why it's smart to involve an attorney in any serious car crash. If your injuries require emergency care, hospitalization, surgery, or will cause long-term impact, the stakes are too high to handle alone. An experienced attorney can step in before you say the wrong thing or sign the wrong thing. Because one wrong move, one poorly worded statement, one signed release can severely limit the money that you're entitled to, or even give your insurance company a reason to deny your claim entirely. Now, our job isn't just to fight in court, it's to protect your rights from day one, before your case ever reaches a courtroom. If there is a significant injury, you need someone in your corner who knows how insurance companies operate and how to stop them from taking advantage of you. But don't wait too long. Your policy may have its own deadline to make this type of claim. Iowa law gives you 2 years to file a personal injury lawsuit, but your own auto insurance policy may also have a 2-year limit for your or UIM claims. Now, miss either deadline, and you could lose your right to money forever. That's why our firm generally sues both the at-fault driver and our client's insurance company at the same time. Now, this leads to the next question that I often get. How do you know if the other driver has enough insurance? Here's the problem. In Iowa, you usually don't find out until after you sue them. The law doesn't require them to tell you their policy limits up front, so you may be wasting precious time waiting. And by the time you learn that they're underinsured, your window to sue your own insurance might be closing. Even if you know the other driver's limits, you may still be in treatment. That means you don't know how much your medical care will cost or how permanent your injuries may be. That's why we often include the at-fault driver and your own insurance company in the same lawsuit, so you're covered either way. Are you wondering what and UIM coverage actually pays for? Uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage can pay for things like hospital bills, rehabilitation, pain and suffering, lost wages, long-term medical costs. It does not cover damage to your car. That's what collision coverage is for. In Iowa, unless you reject it in writing, your auto policy should include a minimum of $20,000 per person and $40,000 per accident of and UIM coverage. But that's just the minimum. You really need much more. With the cost of medical bills constantly rising, we recommend carrying a minimum of $250,000 in UIM coverage. And most people who work at my firm buy an umbrella policy that adds even more. You may be wondering, why isn't my health insurance enough? A lot of people ask that. Can I just use my health insurance? You can, but it won't cover lost income, pain and suffering, certain therapies or specialists, or mileage or copays. And your health insurance may demand repayment out of any settlement that you receive. Now, this is called subrogation, and it can dramatically reduce what you actually take home. UIM coverage helps fill those gaps. So what if you're still healing? This is critical. If you settle too early, you can't go back for more. If your condition gets worse, if you need future surgery, or if your symptoms turn out to be permanent, it's too late to ask for more money once you've signed that settlement paperwork. That's why we always recommend waiting until your treatment is complete or until your doctors can predict your long-term outcome. Here's the bottom line. You pay for this insurance coverage. Make sure it protects you. You've paid your premiums, you've played by the rules, and now it's time for the insurance company to live up to their side of the deal. If the at-fault driver was uninsured or underinsured, and your own auto insurance company is dragging its feet, here's what you need to do. Know your coverage, don't wait too long to act, and talk to a qualified attorney before you sign anything. Your future may depend on it. Just because the other driver broke Iowa law by not having valid auto insurance or was financially irresponsible by not buying enough insurance doesn't mean that you should be stuck with the bill. The key is knowing what to do and doing it quickly. If you or your loved one has been injured here in Iowa and you would like to set up a free meeting with an experienced attorney who will fight for what you deserve, please give us a call at 319-895-1847. Our conversation is confidential, it costs you nothing, and can potentially get you the biggest possible settlement for your case. Now, if you found this video helpful, subscribe to this channel and make sure you watch this next video.